Hey there! So today we have another Darwin's Rants. I honestly recorded a couple videos, but I've been like walking the tightrope or whatever you want to call it on like what I can say and shouldn't say. So now I'm just reshooting it. So it's Wednesday. So yeah, let's update. This is Darwin's Rants. Update. I'm gonna update your week. Craziest, busiest weekend of the restaurant and also of probably my entire life. Yeah, for sure. And then hanging out with the kids and all. I'll do chronologically. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, relatively decent nights. Yeah, pretty good. And then Friday, Saturday, we got Hit. That is the jazz festival that we have in Maitland. It's literally right in front of the restaurant. There's two stages, and they literally go back and forth. So on it's Friday 6 to 10, and then on Saturday 2 to 10. And literally, like they'll hire musicians, and a little bit more special than what they usually do for our monthly like festival that they do once a month. And they'll have one stage set up play, and then the other stage will be set up to play, so you can go back and forth, right? It's like not even that. It's like a big city, New York City block almost. So I don't know how many 100 feet. It's not yeah, whatever. So there's never downtime, right? Because like if you had one stage, you have to break down, set up, sound check, So just literally the busiest weekend that we have at the restaurant. And also they fired my two full-timers that I've been working with for combined 10 years. So I will say going forward, going with that weekend stuff, finding regulars come in and like, oh yeah, how's everything going? Blah, 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 blah. How's she doing? So literally Elise is the face of the brewery, or was the face of the brewery, and got fired a week before our event. So still having those awkward conversations even to this day. Today had a couple awkward conversations. Yes, they fired the two of them. Jordan was more of like a general manager doing orders, stocking, like the the back end stuff. So, but obviously he was around and some people recognize him, and he's been there for 5 years, right? But Elise was basically there for 5 years, and she was, our full-time server like myself, and just like the face of the place. And a lot of regulars that aren't very happy, and a lot of shocked regulars, and holy smokes, and all that kind of stuff. So having just awkward conversations. Yeah, we were immensely understaffed for this event. You fired two full timers. I don't really have like I don't have like full-time manager. We used to have two full-time managers, so then our managers would help us, prep for this stuff and help run food and help bus tables and help bartend and all these hell, one of my first jobs in the industry was being a manager, right? And just be in the grease and just need staff. You just need bodies to do things. And then not only that, now you lost like veteran employees, but also now you're trying to cover it up with staff. So now we have two locations, right? Not Brulando has multiple locations, but between Brulando Sanford, which is the same concept as before, and then Brulando Maitland, we can borrow server bartenders. First off, none of them are bartenders, so that's really interesting. Only myself I would consider really a bartender out of the entire staff. So getting crushed, and I'm the only one able to like figure out how to make a Long Island, or figure out how to make a Cosmo, or how to properly make a margarita, and all this, blah blah blah. But also these are newer servers, so like they don't really have the experience and honestly, working at my restaurant is not fun if you're just like new to the job. It just involves a lot. A lot of jobs I've worked at, there's bar backs, and there's like bussers, and there's there's a service well where the bartenders will make your drink. Here, like our job is like you fucking do everything, bro. You're fucking and you make money because like you're doing everything, but it involves a lot of work. It involves bussing, involves making drinks, involves. So I've become a very, very strong employee. I thought it was really good, by the way, beforehand. But in the years working here, I've gotten way better. I honestly think I'm like really strong at serving, bartending, high volume. Blah, blah, blah. And guess what that involved? I was thrown on the bar for the weekend. Well, obviously, yeah, I should have been, being the most experienced and capable of it. Got destroyed in 2 days. Let me see. So I was only pouring drinks Friday, Saturday, from like 4 to 10. And then from like 2 to 10. Yeah, so it's 6 plus. So in 16 hours, I sold anywhere from, solid, easy. Like anywhere from 700 to 900 drinks in 16 hours. I'm not lying. Like that's how high my sales were. that I rang in, da 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 da. And this is in the meantime while I'm trying to do other things because we don't really on Saturday we didn't really have a quote unquote manager, so I was trying to run trash and bust tables and get staff up on this and do this and do. It was exhausting. I don't think I've ever done. First off, I will never ever make that high hourly in my entire life. I literally paid more than my rent in 2 days, in how much volume I did. It was crazy. It was absolute bananas, and and I'm not really proud of it. Like I'm happy I made a lot of money, and I really need to catch up on bills, blah blah blah. But like, we should have more staff. Like we could have done more sales. People would have waited less for drinks, right? Like I think of a larger picture, right? Like I'm a person that really does care about the guest and wants a good experience. Like I'm not there like, oh yeah, great, I was the only one at the bar, I made all the money, I'm so happy about it. No, I'm not really that proud. Like I'm personally proud of how hard I worked and all that, but like it shouldn't have been that way. Like there should have been more staff. There should have been more people helping me behind the bar, and which got absolutely demolished. Just being super understaffed and having new staff that's not as strong as our former staff. And bro, it was rough. I showed up on Saturday, 2:00, expecting, okay, well, like this is when the bands should start. I bought a sub. I was gonna eat lunch. Did not get a chance to do that. Didn't even get a chance to drink water. In that 10 hours, I didn't even eat breakfast. Or sorry, 12 hours or 10 hours I was clocked in. In that 10 hours, I didn't even I peed once, didn't eat any food, barely drank water. My first bite of food was at like 10:30. So basically for 24 hours I hadn't eaten a single bite of food, which is really bad for you. But I busted my ass. And also it was like 90 degrees. It was like 90 degrees in Florida. It was like 88 or something. It was hot and it was sticky. And I don't know if you guys have worked in that heat, even inside, like out of the sun, just feeling, different temperature from like 67 degrees versus like 80 plus degrees. It just makes you more tired because you're sweating and it's like, you're just like glistening and you just don't feel so good because like it's just hot and you're just like, it makes work feel like 1.25, 1.5, 1.75 harder because you're just sweating and So that was a rough weekend. I mean, monetarily it was great for me, but I'm not really I crushed and I did a really good job in my opinion, and I did so much. But it was a rough weekend for the guest experience and how it went. And despite all that, after Friday and Saturday, crushing, had an awkward conversation. See, I can't, I'm trying not to share too much about this, but had an awkward conversation with the owner, which I was surprised by in the sense that I was expecting a compliment and didn't quite get as savory as comments about what I did. So I promised, I was like, listen, if that's what you think, I will list for you what I did and what could have been improved with service. Myself and the owners were not satisfied with everything, but yes, I will say, I did XYZ. I busted my ass. We were short-staffed. I also did this on top of not being a manager, blah, blah, blah. So I will work on that. And thankfully, I did also see her today. Took care of my owner with some meetings and stuff, and she left me quite a few dollars to bag up all this food that she bought for. Sorry, she owns the place, so she just gets food, right? You own the place, you can take whatever you want. So all this food that was prepped. For well, actually no for it was actually most of the food is actually for the people that she had a meeting with. Whatever, I don't care. But didn't really have a conversation with her about it. But it was the first full conversation I have with my owners, and it was whatever. Anyway, moving on. Then how was the Saturday conversation at the end of the night was so unsavory for me that I had a hard time going to sleep. And I had to go to be at Runabout at 10:30 in the morning. And man, I showed up. And man, I was dog tired. Is that how you work? Whatever. Thankfully, one of the bartenders was scheduled at 1 o'clock. And I was like, thank God. Please, can I go home? And he's like, yeah. Like, it was dead. Yeah. I mean, it's not that I need him to bless me to go home. But, it was dead. Went home. Boy, did I pass out. After, dying for Friday, Saturday. Getting destroyed. So. Then Monday came, and thankfully I was nice and recovered. I picked up the girls from school, picked them up early. It's all right, let's have some fun. We went to the so when I grew up, Michelin, if you guys don't know Michelin, the tire company also does stars and restaurant ratings, right? They only did New York San Francisco, and Chicago. But now Michelin is in like multiple cities. Da 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 da. I think like Florida like paid them to come to Florida to like rate all these things. And so one of the like Michelin Bib Gourmand, I don't know. It's like Michelin recommended. They're not like a full star place. It's like a shitty little like food court thingy, but it's like got like nice tasty shit. One of the recommended places is an onigiri place, which honestly pretty fire. It is expensive. It's like $5 for a little onigiri. If you don't know what onigiri is, it's like a ball of rice this size in triangle shape. Like it's not big, with a little bit of seaweed, wrapped in a little bit of seaweed, and then stuffed with shit inside. So Amelia, for some reason, didn't want to eat it, but then Audrey actually liked it. But then once she got into the inside, it had some like, it wasn't even spicy, it was spiced. We had the miso tantan, which is like miso with some pork, and then a fried chicken. Fried chicken? Why would you turn down fried chicken? Didn't really like it, so but I ate it. But then I also got like them. It's the other thing I got to work on is also that I'm working on is like try to like introduce some Cantonese to them. Like I found it's important to like, despite being like basically raised as a Jewish boy since like 10 years old on Long Island, I do also have like like roots as a Chinese first generation Chinese person, right? And so it's nice to like try to spread some like ethnicity onto my kids that honestly are, well, they're half Asian, but like, you know, they're all obviously somewhat Asian. And so we got being Cantonese, like part of the things, if you guys have been ever to Chinatown in the city, those hanging meats. So we got the roasted duck, and then the shuyok, which is like crispy pork, which by the way, like maybe duck is not your thing, but this one you can't turn down. It's a crispy pork. It's like, it's like crispy pork skin with like nice, tender, juicy white meat, and then there's a little bit of layer fat. If you don't like the fat, pull it off. I don't give a fuck. But like it's literally eating pork belly, right? Like go to a fancy restaurant, like crispy skin pork belly. Like who the fuck turns that down? It's literally like, yeah, right. Like it's just as American as anything. It's fucking delicious. Though I will say they love the duck. Ate the shit out of that. Audrey like stole the. I thought I was gonna get some of it. She stole the drumstick and just ate the shit out of it. And then like thinking that my kid would be like shitty at like eating a drumstick and leave all these scraps on it, I picked this thing up. I was like, fuck, there's no more meat on it. She ate the shit out of it, loved it. So I was like, good for you. They tried bok choy for the first time, hated it. Mia didn't, for some reason, Mia doesn't eat that much rice. I don't know why. But then Audrey liked the rice because it's like it's rice that's on top, like sitting on top underneath all that juicy meat. The fucking shit's delicious, right? Like all that meat fat, like duck and pork fat sitting on top of that rice. That shit's delicious. You don't even season it at all. It's fucking awesome. So yeah, they like that. Tried a few new things, but they also already, I taught them to like dumplings because we did make them by hand once. That was fun, but I was too lazy. It's also school night, so I don't have fucking find time to make handmade dumplings. I probably could have, but I bought a bunch of frozen ones, and they're cheap as fuck. I did the math on them. They're like, I think the cost on those are like 25 cents or 30 cents a pop, like each dumpling. So the kids ate like 3 and 4. Even if I'm starving, I'll like maybe 10, and it's like a $3 meal, and I don't have to do all this prep of like hand making all this shit. So I was like, all right, cool, dope. So I got some frozen dumplings, and they loved that for dinner. And now I got that for dinner and for like, you know, meals. So love me some frozen dumplings. But I will say, on Sunday, I'll probably do scallion pancake. Probably hand make some scallion pancake. So that'd be fun. Because that's one of the early memories. Like, you know, I try to like share some of the shit. Like one of the early memories I have of my grandmother was like watching Ninja Turtles with my brother, and we were like 4 years old or something. I was 4 years old, my brother was probably 2, or I was probably, you know, I probably was like 5 years old and my brother was 3, and it's like, we want pizza. And like the funny thing is that, like, come to think of it, I don't remember having really that much pizza in the house, like at my youth age. Yeah, I don't remember my mom like coming home with pizza. Yeah, no, she would come home too late for that because she worked. She's an acupuncturist. She's actually still active, but she's an acupuncturist, and would get home to like 8-9 o'clock. Yeah, so instead of like, I was like, we want pizza, like these fucking Ninja Turtles, and my grandma was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. She, by the way, still doesn't speak English despite having been in this country since, you know, my mom moved here in the 80s. So she'd make us fucking scallion pancake. I was like, oh yeah, no. So, but yeah, I'll make some scallion pancake with the girls. That'd be fun on Sunday. That's the other thing I did. I purposely chose to have Sunday off because I've literally been doing 6 days a week for the last like month and a half or however long, and it's actually pretty good. I'm cool with it, but also like, you know, try to catch up on bills, but also I haven't like literally had a full day with the kids in a minute. And so I'll hang out with the girls on Sunday, and yeah, we'll go make some fucking scallion pancakes and figure some shit out, do some Cantonese lessons. So work's work. Morale's a little bit questionable, including myself, after losing my 2 full-timers and how, like, ownership has been doing things. But I'm here again. I also told them, like, straight up, like, yo, listen, like, yeah, whatever. Losing my 2 full-timers, 2 of my best friends, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Well, I personally do give a fuck. But professionally, I don't give a fuck. This is like, my full-time job. The fuck I would do to this place to sabotage it. Like, I want everything to, survive. Thank you to my new owner who bought the place, because otherwise we all, like, 2 of my friends are now gone, or 2 of my full-timers are gone. But, like, I still have a lot of people that I love, that I work with, that still rely on this place. And the fuck I would say, or fuck I would act to disrespect the place or make it not successful. Because fuck that. Fuck that. Like, the business doing well literally affects me, because if more people come in or people keep coming in, I make, right? Like, I'm not there as an hourly employee, maybe the cooks might not give a fuck, but I personally get affected the shit out of it. And people don't come in, they don't spend money, I don't get tips, I'm fucked. So I'm there to fucking make things better and improve things. All right. I think this is a little bit more pragmatic in how I explain things, and anyway, my brain's lost in all the things I could say. It was a fun, interesting weekend, to say the least. And until next time, cheers later.